Okay, so hopefully everybody can see me. It's Twanna, your anxiety and career coach, and it's telling me that I have a weak um, internet connection, which is strange because I always tape in the same place, in the same house, in the same room, but we'll see how that goes. Give me a moment to share this feed into my group. Let's see if I can get it up. Get it to come up. Ha, there it is. All right, just a few more moments. Okay. And by George, I think we got it. So, hello, I see my classmate out there. Cheryl is watching. Hey, Cheryl. And another classmate, Rosemarie, is watching as well. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Talk about old school. Wow. I remember Cheryl and I started in Head Start together. And Cheryl's grandmother was my dad's teacher. And Rosemarie and I started in first grade together. I'm not going to tell you way back when. Yeah, it was a long time ago. So today I'm just checking in. And as I go about my week, I start every morning with my vision board and making sure that I'm visualizing my goals and where I want to be. And so when I do that, it also causes me to do introspection and kind of look back from where I came from. And so I titled this video, Is It Your Mindset That's Keeping You Stuck? And it's a really important question, you know, and it comes from the fact that for a while I seemed stuck in one place. And I know that it wasn't until my mindset shifted that things shifted for me. And so I did put a definition in, if you look down or look up, depending on where you're looking at the video at. And it talked about what is mindset, because you kind of hear mindset thrown all over the place now. Like, what is mindset? And it basically says mindset is a way, it's like a lens through which you view the world, but it ends up being a preset, a predetermined way you look at the world. And so I'm going to give you some examples to like bring that home. And then kind of link that into where my mindset was keeping me stuck. And so I like to tell this story. Way back, my dad was stationed in Gießen, Germany. And so, you know, a bunch of kids, I'm an Army brat. We're out there, we're playing in a house area. And so the girls were all arguing over who was going to marry Michael Jackson, because Michael Jackson was the it thing then. You know, this is the early 70s. And so everybody's arguing over who's going to marry Michael Jackson. So for whatever reason, one of the girls said, no, we already know who's going to marry Michael Jackson. Twanna is going to marry Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson doesn't like pretty girls. And so, I caught the insult right off, okay? And so it was like, I didn't know what to say. And then all of the girls started saying, oh, Twanna's going to marry Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson doesn't like pretty girls, so he'll marry Twanna. And why am I sharing this story? Because that incident colored my perception, my mindset of myself for the next several decades. I mean, several decades. And it didn't help that, people would call me ugly. They said that my eyes were too big. I got called Popeyes. But it started, my mindset change started right there. And those girls had no clue whatsoever. I'm sure they did not mean what happened to me, but I internalized that. And so for years and years and years, that conversation, that little playground game stayed with me. It stayed with me all through my high school years. It stayed with me through my college years, and it stayed with me all through my military career. And I just felt that I was not as pretty as the other girls were. In self-disclosure, I was a huge Michael Jackson fan because, man, I held on to that. I'm going to marry Michael Jackson because he doesn't like pretty girls, so he'll marry me. And so my family can tell you, I was such a huge Michael Jackson fan, but I digress. So even when I got out of the military and I was interviewing in corporate, and I would sit, you sit out there and you wait with the other candidates who were interviewing, and I would talk myself out of jobs because, oh no, I'm not as pretty as she is, because I know she'll get the job. She's prettier than I am. She's shorter than I am. She's prettier than I am. I know she'll get the job over me. So again, that little playground antics that those girls obviously didn't mean, they changed my mindset of myself, and it fed into low self-esteem for me. It was really low self-esteem and people calling me ugly. And I fed into that, and I believed it well into all through my 20s. It probably was about into my 30s that I finally realized that I am who I am and I love who I am. But that's a long time to have a mindset, a fixed predetermination that colored my outlook. Okay? And so you say, oh, that's one thing. Well, it is. And mindsets can happen in many different ways. I remember when I got out of the military, I taught school in Florida. I'm a brand new science teacher and I'm all happy and everything because it's my first year there. And so they came down and said, well, put in your wish list. If there's extra money, we'll fill things from the wish list. And so I was all excited. I got my list already. And so one of the other science teachers kind of rolled his eyes at me like, yeah, they do this every year. I've been here like 15, 20 years. Every year they ask for a wish list. Every year they don't fill it. So you're more than welcome to waste your time doing this list thing. Nothing's ever going to come of it. And I looked at him. I was like, wish list sounds good to me. I want this. I want that. I want this for my science classroom. I want pipettes, and I want test tubes, and I want test tube holders, and I want the portable labs. I had a whole long laundry list of things that I wanted. And he looked at it and he just shook his head like, yeah, you newbies, you just don't understand. And so you guessed it. You can guess what happened. Everything I asked for, I got. That particular year, don't know why, but there was like $40,000 extra in the budget. And so everything that I asked for, every test tube, every beaker, all of the safety equipment, the portable labs, because I was in a portable, so I didn't have running water. Everything I asked for, I got. And that teacher mindset was set. This is a waste of time. I'm not going to bother. Nothing ever happens. I'm not going to worry about it. His mindset was fixed, predetermined, and he let that slip through his hands. Never got the stuff that I got for my classroom. So everybody wants to be in my classroom because I was a good science teacher. Let me admit that. I came from Anderson High. See some Anderson High people on here at Anderson, Alabama. Great school system, great, wonderful public school system. And I can say that those teachers gave me what I needed. I was an excellent science teacher. I don't care what anybody else tells you. But anyway, so the mindset. So I gave you 2 examples of mindset and how they color things. And so for me, that incident with those girls colored not only my relationship with guys, because I always felt I was never pretty enough. I was too thin, too big, too tall, too something. And even past school, it affected me when I went to interview for jobs. If I looked out and I saw somebody cute, petite sitting there, I was like, yeah, I'm not getting this job. Yeah, I'm not pretty enough, so I'm not getting this job. And so that mindset and that energy is what I took into the interview room, and I was right. I didn't get the job. But I have to think back that, was it because I wasn't pretty enough, or because my mindset was already fixed and I didn't interview like I needed to, and the energy that I came off with was like, yeah, this job is not for me. And I have to wonder that now. Somebody's trying to call me there. I'll call back later. And so that's what we mean by mindset. So I asked the question, is it your mindset that's keeping you stuck? Because maybe it is. Sometimes when we've been in survival mode and you've survived for so long, you can do that for such a long period of time, you forget how to thrive. Okay? Because you survive, it's day in and day out. Is there food on the table? Is there a roof over my head? Are my kids safe? You know, is the school safe? You can get so caught up with surviving from day to day, whatever survival is for you, that you get stuck in the survival mindset. And I will say this to you, in order to excel, to flourish, you have to shift your mindset. It has to change, you know. And I can say for me, I can kind of pinpoint almost to the year when my mindset changed, when it started, you know, because I've never felt I was smart. Other people would tell me I was smart. I never felt I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't smart enough. I was too tall because I was the tallest kid through like the 5th grade or what have you. And so I went through my military career and I got out and I decided to teach. So I had to go through a teacher preparation program. So they were master's level courses. And I thought, I'm not smart enough for that. And I didn't have a choice. I accepted the job, so I had to do the classes. And so I sat there and I was so nervous because I sat there and, you know, people that were somewhat younger than I was, some was a little older, but I was kind of a, you know, a non-traditional student. And so I sat there in the classes and I read up on everything and I made sure I studied because, again, I'm not smart, so I'm competing with other people who are smart. And so when I came out of that semester and I had like 2 A's in master's levels courses, I was like, maybe people were right when they told me I was smart. And so that was the first shift. There was a chink in my mindset. And I had to shift to say, maybe I can do this education thing. I don't know about all the other stuff, but maybe my teachers were right. Maybe my coworkers were correct when they said, I was like, I might be smart. I might be able to do this. So long story short, I went through and got all my teacher preparation courses done. And I think I had 1 or 2 B's and they were all A's. And I was truly amazed. I was like, oh my God, they're master's level courses. And I did this. So I actually went on to get a master's degree and I have a PhD. But the chink in my mindset that shifted for me was those classes at the University of South Florida. Yay, Bulls, go Bulls. I'm still an Alabama A&M girl because that's where I got my bachelor's degree from. But that shift in my mindset started there because I can tell you, all 4 of my years at Alabama A&M, I was scared to death someone's going to find out that I wasn't smart and I didn't belong there. Trying to wave at somebody there. I guess that didn't work. Yeah, let's try that again. So I did. I majored in zoology and I have a minor in chemistry with an undeclared minor in military history. I did not think I was smart. I thought that I eked through my college years for my undergrad. And so when I got down to graduation and found out I graduated cum laude, I about hit the floor. I couldn't believe it because, again, I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't pretty enough. I was too tall. I was too thin. I was too not anything. And that was my mindset. And that mindset followed me until the chinks start breaking down just before I reached 30 years old. And so I say to you that if you feel that you're stuck and like you're spinning your wheels, like you're a hamster on a wheel, you're spinning and spinning and spinning, but you're not getting ahead. And, you know, sometimes you get your eye on circumstances of what's not happening and you're like, yeah, my mindset's correct. I knew this wasn't going to work out. I say to you, change your mindset, you know, talk to whomever you have to talk to, change your mindset, because once you shift that mindset, then you start to believe in what you can accomplish and you can get it done. Because I'm sitting here, you know, as a living witness. You know, I came from humble beginnings. I had one parent who finished high school, one parent who did not. And it didn't make a difference because I had the teachers that told me, yeah, you can do this. And so even though my mindset was stuck that I wasn't that smart, I still managed to eke my way through and get done what I need to get done. However, since my mindset shifted, I've been able to soar. And that's what I call definitely soaring. You know, like I said, I got a master's degree in counseling from University of Alabama in Birmingham, one of the best schools in America. I have a PhD, and I always wanted to be a doctor, but I was like, oh, I'm smart enough to do that. But the mindset shift said, yes, yes, we'll do this. And I can tell you, I was still nervous when I started my PhD classes. As a matter of fact, the second quarter, it was so difficult what I went through. I set a quarter out and I just had to contemplate, is this for me? And I said, you know what? Come hell or high water, let's just get it done. And I slugged it out 1 or 2 classes at a time, literally until I had my PhD. And the next thing I know, they were hooding me saying congratulations. And I was like, oh God, this actually happened. But it happened because of a mindset shift. And I haven't looked back since then, you know. And I sometimes I sit and think to myself, it was always possible for me to succeed. It was always possible. My vision was focused on not succeeding. Therefore, I didn't succeed. I had the mindset shift so that my focus went from this to this. And I understood that I can do it. 1 class at a time, 1 lecture at a time, I can do it. And I say to you, you can do the same thing. So if you feel you're stuck, some people feel they're stuck in their job. Some people feel they're stuck. You know, I've been working on trying to get this degree for how many years? It doesn't matter. Go back to school. If the degree is what you want, go back and do it. Shift your mindset. Talk to whomever you need to talk to and get people who motivate you around you. Have those kind of people. Hang out with those people. Like I often hear people say, if you're the smartest person in your group, you're in the wrong group. It's time to go to another group where you're like the least or one of the few at the bottom, because you rise up to meet what surrounds you. Okay, so it's very difficult to change your mindset if you're hanging out with a bunch of turkeys. All right, nothing wrong with turkeys, because I'll probably eat something in this month. But if all you hang out with turkeys who are not flying anywhere, then your mindset will still be the same. Find a group of people, talk to me. I'm a coach. Find a good coach. Find a good counselor, whoever you need to help you shift your mindset, because you can do it. You know, if you're stuck in your job, if you're trying to get a degree, and then other people are stuck in relationships that you know you should have left a long time ago, but you feel stuck, shift that mindset. Talk to the people that you need to talk to. You know, read, find people who motivate you, and shift that mindset, because once you shift that mindset, there's nothing that's going to hold you back. And that's my truth today. If you feel that you're stuck, check your mindset. Is your mindset the same old predetermined? I'll never be this. I'll never do that. This will never be me. Yeah, that's you. You can do it, but I can't. If that's the mindset that you have, then you're exactly right. You won't achieve. You won't excel. But if you shift your mindset, and my chink was very small. It wasn't a gargantuan chink. It was a very small chink that opened the door for me, and I stepped through, and you can do the same thing. Okay. Now, if you want to coach, I'm an anxiety and career coach, and you want to talk to me, hit me up on my link. It'll either be under the video or it'll be on top of the video, depending on where you see it. And click on my Calendly link and set up an appointment. Typically, it's 45 minutes. Always say 60 for just in case. But it'll be the best 45 minutes of your life that you spent. Let's look at a plan. Let's look at shifting your mindset. What do you need to do to shift to come up with a plan for you to excel? Whether it's finding another job, whether it's stepping out on your own into entrepreneurship, whether it's leaving a bad relationship, whether it's making a relationship that's okay, make it better. Whatever you want to shift, okay? Shift your mindset and you can achieve it. That's my truth, and thanks everybody for watching. Bye.